I think that's what pisses everyone off. It's not like the company came to me and said, hey, can we send you a sauna and will you try it? I was literally in Dick's getting some kettlebells for the basement gym because I was in town. And I saw it on the shelf and I was like, a lot of people have asked about this and I've never tried it. Rather than, even talking to anyone, why don't I just buy one and try it myself? Who knew it was gonna be a cluster? I wasted so much time trying to get the thing to power on. That was all the time that I could have been using it and sweating it, having some sweat days, this, that, and the other. The support was not very helpful. You literally have to take the remote and stick it on top of the power box or it will not repair. You cannot do it from 5 feet away. My fault, but nowhere in the damn instructions or the support return queries did it suggest that in the customer service portal. So I don't know what you want from me.
When someone buys a sauna, especially from a big box store, because you bought that from what, Dick's Sporting Goods or something like that?
Came from Dick's, yeah.
When you mentioned saunas that look great in theory, but when you get them in your home, you need to know that you can use this every day for 5 years. Not every day, but 4 times a week for 5 years. This is an example of that because you would think going into Dick's, whatever you buy is going to work, but it didn't. And so my question is, what do you think about it based off of your experience unboxing it and then trying to turn it on? Because right now it doesn't seem like you have very high hopes for the unit.
I don't know how to answer that. Half of me thinks that doesn't mean anything. Maybe I just got a bad unit. It happens from time to time. I wasn't about to drive 3 hours to Dick's and try to return it. I was in town picking up hydraulic supplies for some of the excavator stuff and heavy equipment. So I was in town, saw it, and grabbed it. And then when I went back to camp to do more excavation work, construction, the next day or two, I set it up and started recording and stuff. But I never in a million years thought that I wouldn't be able to use it. I did get it to power on the night before my flight though. It off gases like everything else. So I would do a burn off phase before I used it anyway because it just smelled atrocious. I know everybody said that there's not much VOCs from it, but I don't know what the hell they're using, but it's not that. I don't know that it reflects anything on the company at all. The other side of me, like the cynical side of me is like, what kind of design this goddamn thing? You have a wired controller that controls the red lights that are not mission critical in a sauna. It's an optional accessory. And you have a wireless remote that controls the main power box that is mission critical that makes the equipment work or not. So I don't know who the hell decided to make the non-accessory portion remote control that's not paired with the unit out of the box. But that's me. If you ask me if I want a $10,000 sauna that has a Wi-Fi controller in it so I can do stuff from my phone, my answer is always no. I want low tech, I don't want to break, right? So you gotta take into account the brashness of my personality. I want a wired controller on a portable sauna. So when I plug it into the wall, I push the button and it turns on. It's that simple. In their defense, it's probably a really good price on something that could get their feet wet in sauna and not to spend $5,000 on some wooden thing that they don't even know is right for them. So I get all sides. And I also understand how I come across and I can be rough around the edges.
Okay, so as of right now though, with the unboxing and initially turning it on, having the issues, what are some, just a couple design elements that you would change specifically? Like
in the SaunaBox?
Instead of it being a wired controller, could they just have had an on-off switch or a dial on the actual mechanism, like the power source?
No, it wasn't a wired controller. It's a wireless remote.
But
that's the problem.
Even if it wasn't a wired
controller. If you would have just had a corded switch off on anything, just like the exact same little module that turns the red lights off and on the back, the little button, the same thing, right built into the little power box. That would have solved the whole issue. Now I would have said, oh, the remote's not working, but who the hell uses a remote in a portable sauna anyway? It's kind of weird. But in the SaunaBox defense, the heater quality is what you would find in a wooden sauna, which from what I've seen, best in the business. I didn't get a chance to try it out, but I was saying that in the unboxing video.
So what about red lights? Complete waste of money in that unit?
I made a mistake when I first turned them on. There's like levels. So on the low level, it seems like a complete waste of time. It's like chromotherapy. When I figured out that there's 3 levels and there's a high range, that might actually do something, but I'd want to test it with a spectrometer and find out. There's a cheaper SaunaBox model. I think it's like $100, maybe $200 less. I don't know, $100 less. If I lived close to the store, I would have just gone and swapped it out. But that was a different area than the airport. I just wasn't gonna do it. Nobody asked me to do this either. I think that's what pisses everyone off. It's not like the company came to me and said, hey, can we send you a sauna and will you try it? I was literally in Dick's getting some kettlebells for the basement gym because I was in town. And I saw it on the shelf and I was like, you know, a lot of people have asked about this and I've never tried it. Rather than, you know, even talking to anyone, why don't I just buy one, try it myself? Who knew it was gonna be a cluster? I would probably skip the red light part and just get the cheapest sauna box, which I think is like $600 or $700. I don't know how much it is, $600 or $700, because I think the heater quality in them, I don't know, man. I got to use it. The off gassing was pretty bad when I first turned it on, but it's bad in all of them. So it's like, it's not really a ding against the company. It's just the materials used in the construction of them. But it's a head in, and you can sit your whole body in there. So if you go on Amazon, you buy a $500-$600 Durham, which I also have. Your head's out the top. It's really not that great. I think the heaters are less quality than in the SaunaBox.
Is it off gas as well?
Oh yeah, they all do. I think I'm gonna like the heat experience when I actually use it. I don't know, but I'm not certain if the VOCs are gonna go away completely. I think they'll minimize. I don't wanna speak out of turn. We gotta use it. Like I gotta get some sweat sessions in it and see what I really think. And it's been, how many months has it been sitting in my office assembled behind the desk there? Yeah, so I mean, it's had time to air out.